I'm Harrison with Harry's Holsters, and in this video I'm going to talk about setting up your Icon 2.0 holster for concealed carry. So right here I've got the Icon 2.0. It comes in the box without the clip installed, and the reason we do that is we want you to have the ability to really adjust it to your needs. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this video. So when you're setting up the ride height on your Icon 2.0, you want to take your unloaded revolver, place it in the holster, and then sitting down, place it in your waistband and just kind of move it around, see what feels most comfortable. There's a natural pocket most of us have between our groin and our thighs on each side, so it's likely gonna fit there. See where it works well. Take this little piece of masking tape, which I suggest having, and then lining it up with the holster, pulling it out, and now we can install our hardware. So now that you got the tape on the holster so you can see roughly where you want the clip installed, let's get everything put together. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is take off this wing. And by doing that, you're just gonna need to loosen up the screws. We've got these channels inside that hold the square nuts, so it's really easy to loosen things up. Take the screws used to mount the wing, put them aside, and then treat them with Vibratite. You're also gonna want to treat the screws used to mount the clip with Vibratite. We got a video on that, a little clip on that coming up right now. So once you've got the hardware all set out, you're gonna wanna apply your Vibratite. So Vibratite is a thread locker, and unlike Loctite, you can use Vibratite multiple times with one application. You can use it normally 3 to 5 times. So you're gonna wanna take this thread locker, get out this little pillow pack, take your knife, cut a little slit in the top of it, and dip your screw in. And if you need to get a little more height on it, you can just press up using your fingers, twirl it around, get it coated on the threads, and then place it upside down on a paper towel and let it cure for 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, you're good to go and assemble your holster. So now that your screws have been set with the Vibratite and they've cured, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take your clip or your wing right here, place it back on the holster, place a square nut up on your index finger and press it in. I like doing the top hole first because it's the most difficult since it's more of a rectangular position. Take your screw, place it in. And because these screws are so short, they're a little bit harder than normal, but now you're gonna do the same thing with the lower hole. And then take your screwdriver, just start tightening everything up. It's gonna take a couple rotations to tighten it all up. When you're installing the clip, it can either sit really close to the belt or give you a little bit more space for that belt. So if you're running a thick leather belt, then you're gonna want to go screw, clip, nylon spacer, holster, because that nylon spacer is gonna give you more space for that belt. But if you're running a thinner belt, then you're gonna wanna go screw, spacer, clip, holster with the clip sitting directly on the holster. Things are gonna fit a little bit tighter and it's gonna be better for those thinner belts. So side note, when you're installing this hardware, you wanna make sure that these spacers are installed, whether they're on top of the clip or between the clip and the holster. Because if you do not have those spacers, there's a high likelihood those screws are gonna stick all the way through the holster and be in a position where they could scratch the gun. So make sure you don't do that. Now I run thicker belts for the most part, so I go screw, spacer, holster. And with this tape on, you've got to take into account where the spacer itself is gonna sit. These spacers are 1/2 inch wide, so it's gonna be offset from the center of the spacer is gonna be offset from the line the tape provides. So place that in, take this nut, place it on my finger and place it up into the holster. Tighten it up. With the other side of the holster, place the spacer between the clip and the holster. And what I like doing is once you get it in there and you have it where you want, press down on the clip with your finger because that will hold everything in place. That spacer can slide around a little bit. So again, nut on your index finger, up into the channel, hand tighten everything down, Get it spaced out approximately where you think it's gonna be. And then go through with your screwdriver and tighten down. So once you got everything tight, this is where I'm gonna show you guys how to get the holster on very easily, as well as how to make some fine-tune adjustments. The ideal world where you put it in the pants and you don't have the clip on, it's gonna fit a little bit differently than it will once you have the clip installed. So you might have to make some minor adjustments after this. All right, so here's how you get the Icon 2.0 on and off quickly. You're just gonna wanna place the gun inside the waistband a little bit with the holster, and then place your thumb on top of the holster. Use your index finger and your middle finger to grab the two tabs, and then use the meaty portion of your palm to rotate the grip of the gun and close the body, and then press down. That simple, guys, and then take it off. Again, press down on the holster, pull your clips up, and then just pull out. Fairly easy to do, and the more you practice it, the quicker you're gonna get. Okay, so when you're making your minor adjustments, one thing you're gonna wanna do is you are going to want to just loosen the clip or the screws around a quarter turn, and most of the time that will give you enough movement to where you can move this clip up and down. So figure out where you want it, put it on your waistband, see if you need to adjust a little bit more, and then tighten things down once you know you like the position it's at, and you're good to go. I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to us through the website. And remember, take charge and carry with confidence.